The 400 marchers, mostly young people, followed James Farmer, the national director of CORE, out of the Negro district and on the route to City Hall to protest alleged police brutality and discrimination. The city had granted a parade permit, and all of its police, at least 50 state troopers and several FBI agents, were on the scene as the column, four abreast and quietly singing freedom songs, came down Columbia Street toward Bogalusa's main intersection. But there, crowds of angry white spectators had gathered. Suddenly, one or two of them darted from the curb to attack the column near where Farmer was marching. An unmarked police car, driven by Assistant Chief L.C. Terrell, sped toward the front to check the disturbance. But a white man had dashed in front of it and was knocked to the pavement. He was Louis Applewhite. Later reports said he suffered a broken pelvis. But the incident created chaos and tensions were almost at the breaking point. Chief Terrell told the Negroes to turn their march around and go back to the meeting hall. They did under heavy police protection while the other officers cleared the streets. CORE leader Farmer told of being grabbed in the first attack.
Then one white fellow ran up and grabbed me by the collar with a blackjack in his hand and pulled me out of the line, screaming, "Come on out of there, you! Come on out of there," raising the blackjack. I, of course, did not strike him, did not push him, did not touch him at all. And finally, a policeman succeeded in causing him to release his grip.
At midday, Bogalusa Mayor Jess Coutrere, in an unprecedented move for this town, went to the Negro district to talk with Farmer. Later, he told newsmen he was surprised by the violence, admitted the police should have cleared the streets of spectators.
This afternoon, I went and talked to Mr. Farmer along the lines of holding this another parade. In fact, I had been informed that another parade would be held, and I just wanted to assure him that we were going to tighten up as much as possible, if it was possible to tighten up any more than we had this morning. And I wanted to assure him that, and the men and the people involved in the parade, that I regretted very much the incident.
The mayor also extracted a promise from what was presumed to be a delegation of Ku Klux Klan members to stay away from the afternoon march. It went off without incident under tight police security. Lou Wood, CBS News, Bogalusa, Louisiana.
In Camden, Alabama, there were no incidents as over 500 Negroes and some white ministers marched the 6 blocks to the Wilcox County Courthouse. Similar marches for the past 2 weeks were stopped by police or broken up with smoke and tear gas bombs. But today, armed with a city parade permit, the marchers made it to the town square and held a protest demonstration against alleged voter registration practices in Alabama. Jeff Gralnick, CBS News, reporting.
The racial issue was back on the streets in Bogalusa today, but it went to the conference table, too. Negroes protesting employment practices picketed in small numbers at several stores. City police in the small paper mill town kept a close watch throughout. Numbers of curious gathered from time to time in front of the stores, and several leaflets, some of them bearing the name of the Ku Klux Klan, showed up on windows in the area. But the picketing went off without incident. Stores selected by the pickets seemed to do a normal business. After the morning's picketing, members of the Negro Civic and Voters League met with Bogalusa's mayor. League President A.Z. Young commented afterwards on the steps at City Hall.
Agenda presented to the mayor, and he's going to work on this particular project. And we expect an answer sometime in the near future.
What specifics were agreed upon, if any?
We didn't agree on any specific. We presented our program, and we expect to meet and work out the defects.
Are you going to continue your demonstrations, or are you stopping them?
We shall continue to picket until such a solution is reached.
You mean you got no satisfaction from the mayor today?
Yes, we have some satisfaction, but we'll continue to picket and negotiate.
The Negro leaders left to report to their followers, and Mayor Jesse Coutrere offered this comment on the session with Negro leaders.
Well, I certainly think it did this. It showed that my statement concerning the city government, that we're willing to meet at any time to discuss any type of grievance with any citizen of Bogalusa. Now, we do not intend to meet with outside people, but any of our local citizens at any time we will meet with them, and I think we proved that again today.
Did you ask them to call off the demonstrations that are going on today?
No, I did not.
The meeting solved no specifics, and the picketing is scheduled to continue. But the talking started, and it's scheduled to continue, too. Nelson Benton, CBS News, Bogalusa, Louisiana.